Looks like just as the creative team said in Hasbro PulseCon, things are about to change in Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So far, there have been unspoken rules that Power Rangers Lightning Collection seem to have in place in their wave releases of figures. Today we'll look at all 7 released waves so far and the 2 speculated waves to come. Keep in mind, waves 8 and 9 are subject to change and be completely different depending on what Hasbro decides to release. But these are educated guesses from folks like Topics and Power Ranger Talk, among others. Though technically, looking at them as a whole, all of these seem to be random. As the Hasbro Pulse team said in their Power Rangers panel, that is all about to change. But let's look at what all these rules seem to be for a second, and how they're beginning to change. From waves 1 to 7, the rules seem to not change at all. Let's talk about those rules for a bit. I laid out each wave in this table so we can fairly easily see what the standard rules seem to be. The first rule is that there should always be a Red Ranger. This rule is consistent from wave 1 to 7 and even kind of continues up to wave 8 when things are starting to change. Wave 1 has Dino Charge, Wave 2 has Beast Morphers, Wave 3 has Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Wave 4 has SPD, Wave 5 has Time Force, Wave 6 has Zeo, Wave 7 has Dino Thunder, and Wave 8 supposedly will have Lost Galaxy. Now the second rule is that there should always be a 6th Ranger, or at the very least, one who isn't a core Ranger. Wave 1 has MMPR, 2 has Beast Morphers, 3 has Dino Charge, 4, and though I know this is kind of a stretch, but we have Blaze from Beast Morphers. 5 has Zeo. 6 seems to skip this rule, and I could make some concessions for why, but I'd rather leave it be. Wave 7 has Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and both of them, if you truly count White as part of the wave. The third rule is to always have someone who's been an antagonist to the Power Rangers. Wave 1 has Zed. Wave 2 has Magna Defender, and yes, I admit that kind of depends on your read. But then again, this is not Mike Corbett. Wave 3 has Draken. Wave 4 has Blaze. Wave 5 has Ranger Slayer. Wave 6 has Goldar, and Wave 7 has a Z-Putty. Now after these, antagonists seem to have disappeared from the slates, maybe in favor of themed 2-packs or the monster subline that they announced. Look at Wave 7 and 8. Look at how there are no antagonists whatsoever. The 4th slot is usually reserved for a Ranger of any random color. But there's still that one core rule that led the first 7 waves. Each wave must have a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. This rule tended to overlap with all other rules. 7 waves meant 7 Rangers. At first it seemed that Hasbro inserted one female character every other wave, which led to criticism of poor female representation. That seemed to change when beginning with Wave 4, almost every wave now had one female Ranger. This is a rule that extends to even the newer speculated waves 8 and 9. Now I say almost because a smaller wave did come out, Wave 6, which seemed to only follow the first 3 rules that I mentioned along with the Mighty Morphin rule. In Wave 6, we had a 6th Ranger, a Red Ranger, an antagonist, and Ranger, which was also Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Now John Irwin and team did say that the randomness was over and we would start to build out teams from existing teams that have already been represented. Things start to change in Wave 8 and 9, that's why I kind of separated them in this graph, where in both waves, we have one SPD, one Lost Galaxy, and one Zeo team member each. My guess is Zeo is kind of replacing the anchor position that Mighty Morphin used to have. But what about that 3rd slot? Maybe Hasbro is abandoning having a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger and a Red Ranger in every single wave, and is deciding to alternate them as anchors. I know it's kind of too early to say, but bear with me here. This could mean that Wave 10 might not even have a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and will have a Red Ranger again. Notice how they skipped one in Wave 9. But what do you think? Are you happy with this shakeup? Are we just seeing patterns where there weren't any because humans are weird that way? What do you think Wave 10 is going to be like? Sound off in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and click the little bell to get notified when I spew out some more random toy-related stuff. Follow me on X Paco, and my team at RangerWiki over at Twitter. RangerWiki is also in Facebook. Now till next time, this has been X's Toy Universe.